All right, and that brings us into this main event. I'm so glad that it happened. Big ups to Paul Felder here, one of my favorite commentators. I love when he's up there with Bisping. And, good on him for taking this fight, saving this card, making sure we have a main event. I know Dos Anjos was pissed. Ishmael got injured early. Nothing you can do about that one. The other dude that he proposed to fight wasn't having it. He was too busy, has some shit to do. So, mad respect to Paul Felder for jumping in here. I hope he can do it. I've been a fan of this guy for a long time. So,
hashtag the other guy being Michael Chandler. I love that. Casual to the max.
Yes.
I love that. And you know what, bro? I don't even care. That's a beauty. The other guy's Michael Chandler.
The moment someone says they're too busy to take a fight, not even like, oh, I'm not at the weight or whatever, I'm just too busy. It's like, you're the other guy to me now.
Because here's what I'll explain to you. Do you remember when Khabib and Gaethje fought, and they had a backup fighter that weighed in and everything? It was Michael Chandler.
Oh.
And so this guy did weigh in at lightweight within the last month, or within the last 3 weeks. So that's something to say. I mean, I do agree with you. I think that's something that I don't agree with at all when it comes to fighting. But again, it is what it is. Poor Makhachev, injured, misses a big fight when it comes to Dos Anjos.
And you feel for a guy like Dos Anjos. He's itching to get back in there, prove his worth. He's lost 4 of his last 5, and he really wants to make his mark in the UFC. So you feel for a guy like that who's constantly getting his fight dropped.
Yeah, and that's the thing with him, whether it's injuries, whether it's pulling out, like whatever the case may be. I think Dos Anjos is just trying his best to get the right fights for himself as well. What I don't like is what I saw in the Chiesa fight. Chiesa's becoming obviously trying to hit that top 10, top 5 mark. And with Dos Anjos, I'm hoping that as a veteran, I see at least a good outing, see him, get back on the winning track. But at the same time, Paul Felder, man, classic, a guy who's probably in shape most of the time. I think when it comes to cutting weight, probably not going to have a problem, right? Not the kind of guy to have those kinds of issues either.
Yeah, I don't see it. And similar to what you were just saying as well, like he's around the game so much, he's always at these events, and, that should help with his preparation for Dos Anjos as well.
And it's like always, a fighter always stays ready. I mean, I'm curious how ready he was before this. I don't know if he's going to be able to go crazy in rounds 4 and 5. Let's be real here. I think he can train for an absolute massacre for maybe 2-3 rounds. That's what I'm wondering. And that's what kind of feeds into my whole shtick here, right? Dos Anjos, a guy who really, really, really needs to get back to what you would consider championship level fighting, right? And I don't like what I've seen recently, and I think he must feel the same way.
Yeah, so based on that, let's jump right into the odds here. Which way are you kind of leaning here?
Yeah, I mean, I think Dos Anjos is going to be a heavy favorite. Not too heavy. I think there's a guy that, huge fight on the line. Now it's a short notice fight. Felder's going to bring that underdog grace, and I don't think I can put Paul Felder at anything more than a plus 200. I think you can score him at a plus 150, plus 160. He hates the betting world. I understand. I love you, Paul Felder. Please don't hate us. I love you. But yeah, he could definitely be a plus 150 given everything that goes into this fight. And Dos Anjos he could be a minus 200 favorite. It is something that I can see.
Did you make a trip to the Aria this week and not tell me or something?
I wish, bro, but I would tell you and you would join me.
Plus 150 is exactly what the line is for Mr. Felder. Dos Anjos comes in at minus 170. Yeah.
Wow. Look at me go. I love you, man.
You definitely made a trip to that sportsbook and you didn't tell me, man. I'm hurt.
This guy left me hanging on an I love you. Count it.
I love you too, man. And so, do you have any leans in this main event?
It's tough to say, but I'm just curious. I would say if there's 2 fights you want to wait for the weigh-ins on, it's the Marquez-Safarov fight and the Felder-Dos Anjos fight. Those are the 2 fights you really, really want to wait for the weigh-ins on. And maybe the Al Hassan and Williams fight, only because both guys kind of walk around really, really thick.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how cut they are coming in. Perfect. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. We're gonna wait for the weigh-ins for the main event here, and a few of the other ones. But we've locked in a few picks for you guys. Make sure you take those early so we don't lose line movement on them. And most importantly, subscribe. Hit that bell button below.
Please
we
do
really
that.
Appreciate it.
Love that.
Our Instagram is there. Our picks will all be up on there. Twitter's up there. Our picks will be on there as well. And yeah, always a pleasure, Siraj.
My guy, take it easy. Peace.